Namaste, this is Monica and I welcome you to today's Yin Yoga practice, which is a very slow-paced practice. We hold into our asana for about 3 to 5 minutes, and that makes this practice sometimes very challenging. You have to go through a lot of discomfort sometimes and watch through that discomfort, but it is a practice that can really teach you letting go of resistance, learning to deal with your resistance, and learning to be okay with uncomfortable feelings, that sometimes we tend to resist and not face. So that is what you can explore in this practice today, because in today's practice particularly, I have included a combination of challenging poses more than a relaxing side of poses, and which means you may face a lot of resistance if you are feeling stiff, but then it will really open your body and you will feel that opening towards the end of the session. Since it is a long held asana practice, we follow 3 principles. We find an edge, we find an appropriate depth for us so that we can hold our asana for that long. So don't go full all in, just go to 60 to 70% of your capacity and let your body find new edge with time. Number 2, we try and be still while we are into the asana. We don't make any unnecessary movements. And number 3, we hold our asana for the time that we have decided. So it is a practice full of patience, perseverance, determination, mindfulness, dedication, whatnot. So much that this practice teaches you, and a great practice for your joints, ligaments, connective tissues, for your body. You can also grab some cushions, bolster, props around you for this practice if you want. Otherwise, you can do this practice without the props as well. So without any delay, let's meet on the mat and let's explore this practice together. You can either sit in a cross-legged position like this, or if you want, you can take any other position. You can sit in Vajrasana or Virasana, wherein saddle pose, wherein you can take your knees back, sitting in between your feet. So your feet are parallel to each other. In case if your hips don't reach to the ground, you can also place a cushion under your hips. And this is simply for breath awareness that we are choosing. You can choose any position that suits you the most. So let us begin. Place your palms over your thighs. You can either place your palms facing downward or maybe facing upward. You may also want to take chin mudra by touching tip of your index finger and thumb with each other. And just allow, first of all, yourself to be aware of your body. Settle down on your mat. Relax your body. And let go of all the control and tension from your body if you can. Notice your alignment. Notice your neck aligned with your spine and your hips. So we are not leaning forward, we are not leaning back, right in the center. If you want, throughout the practice, you can also use Ujjayi breath, or not, right now when you're becoming aware of your breath, try and use Ujjayi breath. So in Ujjayi breath, you use the back of your throat muscles. You have a constriction in the back of your throat muscles. Exactly the way when you try and fog the glass or the mirror, the kind of sound that you make in that, you would be making the same sound, the sound like ocean waves, the sound like wind through the back of your throat muscles. Mostly you would be able to do it in your exhalations. Inhalations can be normal. Now you can focus on your inhalation and imagine your breath flowing all the way down to your tailbone. Feel your sacrum area expanding as your breath goes in. And if it is difficult for you to imagine, that's okay. You can just pretend as if you are watching your breath flowing down all the way to your tailbone. And see if you can notice the expansion in your tailbone or sacrum area as you inhale. And allow this breath to travel back to your heart center as you exhale. So this is called orbiting the energy. You're making a circular field or circular rotation for your inhalation and exhalation. So your breath, as you inhale, it flows down to your spine, all the way down to your tailbone. And as you exhale, it comes back to the heart center. And just notice, if you can, try and imagine that happening in your body. And this is also something that you can use during your asana practice. And just now take your awareness to your natural breath for a few seconds, staying back with the natural breath. And let's join the palms together to the heart center. We'll be chanting one Om Tri Shantis to begin our session. Breathe in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. As you exhale, you can open your eyes. So the breathing practices that I've covered, the Ujjayi breath or the orbiting the energy, is good if you feel that focusing on your natural breath becomes challenging. Then the conscious breathing may help you focus more on your sensation or in your practice getting into the meditative state. So I would leave that choice to you, whether you want to incorporate that in your practice or not. You can just stay with your natural breath. In fact, even if you're incorporating the active breath, the orbiting of the energy, or even the Ujjayi breath, I would suggest just do it for initial 1 minute and then get back to your natural rhythm of the breath, because we are going to get into the surrenderance, and Yin Yoga is all about being yourself, being natural and accepting where we are. So whether it comes to your breath or to your body, whatever it is. So let us now move to the dangling position, which we can do standing on our feet. So you can place your palms on the side, come into the squat position, and from here start to lift your hips up off the floor and start to take your torso down, the head down towards the floor. If you have to keep your knees bent slightly, feel free to do that. If some of you may be able to straighten the knees fully, that's also fine. The crown of your head pointing down towards the floor. You may want to release your arms, cross your arms, and allow your shoulders to relax and arms to relax as well. And allow the gravity to work on your torso, pulling the crown of the head down towards the floor. So you'll feel this nice and passive stretch in your hamstrings. Remember to find your edge, and let us now explore ourselves in our own ways into this asana.
At any point, if you feel you're trying to control your body, allow your body to be free, especially your torso, even though your feet are rooted onto the ground. It's watching all the sensations. Wherever you take your awareness, you're sending more energy to that area. So the moment we pay attention to a specific part of our body, our parasympathetic nervous system starts working. We send more blood to that area. The blood vessel starts to dilate. And of course, there's more energy flow to that area. So whichever body part is working right now for you, just focus on the sensation of that body part and surrender to that sensation, surrender to that feeling, whether it's comfortable or uncomfortable for you. And from here, slowly place your palms back on the mat. Press your palms down as you bring your hips back down into squat position, also known as Malasana. So now for some of you, it may be needed that you place your heels over the cushion or blocks. Feel free to do that. Find what is comfortable for you. Your feet may be facing forward or onto the side. Knees can be wider or little closer. Whatever is comfortable for you. Like I said, we have to find the edge for ourselves, something that feels most comfortable for us. For the arms position, you can either place your upper arm over your knees or inside your knees, the elbows inside your knees, maybe sending these knees a little away, joining the palms together. Or simply, you can allow your spine to round and drop your arms in front of you. Or you can simply interlace your fingers, rest your forehead over your fingers and palms. So choose your variation, whatever works for you. We are going to stay here for about 4 to 5 minutes. So finding your edge is very, very important. A great asana for orbiting the energy. Maybe sending your inhalation down to your tailbone, feeling your Muladhara chakra getting activated, the root chakra. And then exhale and feel the breath flowing up all the way to your heart center, your Anahata chakra. So we are not trying to hold up. We are simply relaxing and surrendering to whatever we feel like, wherever we are. It can be a bit challenging. At any point you feel that you want to stop, maybe touching the body part that is most uncomfortable right now. It can be ankles, hips, lower back, just slight touch. Touch it slightly, and you will notice that immediately you will feel a sense of comfort in that area. And from here we are going to transition to the frog pose. And before we do that, let us just take your arms on the side, extend your legs out. Let us rotate our ankles a bit, maybe stretching your ankles out and then point them back in, or whatever feels more comfortable for you. Because in Malasana, your ankles may get little strain, the part of your heel. So just releasing that. And we are going to now reach out for the deeper opening for a groin to get into the frog pose. For that, I would ask you to face the longer edge of your mat. Maybe you can come on your fours and then start to take your knees away from each other and then open your shin on the side. Now over here again, reaching to the 60 to 70% capacity. Some of you may want to stay here, support your knees with the cushion maybe. I think I'm okay with the thickness of the mat that I have. You may place a cushion in front of you or the bolster and resting your forearms on the bolster or resting the chest on the bolster if you're able to go down that much. Now, the position of your hips are mostly in line with your knees, but if it feels too uncomfortable, maybe taking your hips a little bit more back or forward. You can choose that. So let us now explore, find our individual edge. And with time, you may find a new edge, and that time you allow yourself to go further down, take your knees further away, whatever works for you. This is an intense stretch, so make sure you're listening to your body fully. Surrender your torso, surrender your hips, surrender everything. You don't have to try and hold on to anything. Not engaging any muscles, just allow yourself to be. And from here, slowly press your palms down, place your palms back on the mat or forearms. One by one, bring your big toes together. Take your hips back slightly and slowly. So we always come out of Yin Yoga asanas very, very slowly, bringing our muscles back into their natural position, slowly and gently. So now we are going to move into the child pose just for a few breaths, just to bring our groin muscles back to the neutral position. So keeping your knees together, you can then walk your palms forward. And if your hips lift up, you can support your hips with the cushion underneath. And just rest your head down if it reaches, or maybe place a cushion under your head, whatever suits you. And breathe. And from here, let us move on to our next pose, which is going to be Pigeon Pose. So you can come on your fours, take your right shin forward. You may need a cushion for this particular one. So right shin forward and slide your left leg back. As you slide your left leg back, your right hip is coming down, but you still may have a gap between your right hip and the floor. In that case, you can either slide a block or a cushion under your hip. You can do this without the cushion as well. You don't really have to hold on to the cushion. And you can also support your back knee with the cushion. So maybe sliding a cushion under the back knee, and that will feel more comfortable. So you can choose what you want to do. I think I'm okay, but sometimes when I feel that I want a cushion, I use, because not all days my knee feels the same. And shift your weight in the center. You can stay higher up, or maybe take your forearms down if that feels more comfortable. I usually like to interlace my fingers and rest my body weight on my arms. You can alternatively rest your forehead over your crossed fingers, or use a bolster or a cushion in front of you to give some height to yourself. So whatever feels comfortable for you. I'll just show you from the front as well. Just get into your position. So this is the position of my shin. It can be closer to my groin or away, depending on what is comfortable for you. So let us begin. You can also start from higher up and then maybe move halfway through on your forearms if that feels better. You can place blocks under your palms. And let us now explore ourselves here. And maybe for some more time, if you're higher up, you may want to go down a little bit. And from here again, you can press your palms back down. Walk yourself back up and slide your right leg forward. And then we'll move on to the other side. So bringing your right shin forward, place your palms on the side, take your right knee back. If you want, you can support your knee with the cushion, or if you want to support your hip with the cushion, you can do that as well. And then hold here for about 4 minutes, like 2 minutes higher up, 2 minutes down, or you can do all 4 minutes in one position. maybe going down if you want on your forearms, or fully stretch your arms out, taking the chest down, whatever feels right for you. And connect back with your sensations, breath. Reaching out for deeper opening, reaching to deeper connective tissues. So this practice is beautiful for your joint health, because as we grow old, the repetitive movement for joint is not that great, but Yin Yoga really reaches our joints. So apart from the mental benefits that you must be already exploring, there are so many physical benefits this practice carries. Even though it looks that, it is very slow and stagnant. And from here again, place your forearms down, tuck your back toe, slide your left leg back, and lie down. So you can stretch your left arm out, and then maybe place your right palm right next to your chest, bringing your right knee up as much up as you can. Now, if you feel your right knee is up and it is not touching the floor, place a cushion under your right knee. So if you want, you can just lie down on your side, or maybe chest down even though your knee is up. So I would leave that to you. Just few minutes here. Relax. And surrender, and see what happens when you surrender. Just let your body sink down on the mat. And let us change the side from here. Straightening your right knee, bend your left knee, bring it up as much as it is possible for you. Stretch your right arm out, resting your head over the arm or your forearm, left forearm. And from here again, lift yourself back up, or you can turn yourself back so that you can lie down on your back. If you want to change the side, then you can just lift yourself back up and lie down on the other side. I usually prefer this side, so I'm just changing my side. We are going to move into a twist towards the end of our practice, twist, and then we relax into Savasana. So for the twist, you can choose definitely your own variation. You can extend your arms in the D shape, bend your right knee, drop it to your left, place your left palm over your right thigh. You can do this, or maybe bend both of your knees and then drop them. Alternatively, you can keep your feet wider than hip distance apart, hands on the side, dropping both of your knees onto your left, looking at your right palm. If you want, you can support your knees with a cushion. So today I'm taking this, but I would say you can choose whatever for yourself, whichever twist feels great. And notice how your legs are just slowly going down. The gravity is pulling your legs down. And feeling this gentle twist in your lower back, in your mid back. And with time, as you find the new edge, you'll feel that it is only going deeper. But from our side, we are not pushing. We are allowing the practice itself to work on our body. The gravity is working, the asana is working. Move back in the center, change the side. In this practice, you may have a lot of thoughts coming up because you're getting into stillness. The mind feels it is not doing anything. It gets little anxious sometimes. So it can give a lot of thoughts and emotions coming up to the surface. So just watch them through, or whenever you practice, just watch them through. And relax into watching them, relax into your awareness. And again, coming back to the center. Now, if you want, you can simply straighten your legs, moving into Savasana, relaxation alternatively. If you want to lie down on a bolster, you can do that. So you can, if you can have a bolster just touching your back, the lower back, the sacrum part, and allow your spine to lay it on the bolster slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Adjust yourself. If you want to support your head with the cushion, you can also place a cushion under your head. Adjust yourself. If you want, you can also place your feet together, drop your knees on both sides, support the knees with the cushion if you want, or just keeping your knees bent, feet on the floor. Hands on the side, allow them to be free and relax. Watch your breath and stay connected with your breath. Allow your body to fully relax and surrender into this relaxation. All of your body parts, let go of all the tension, all the control. And notice how you're breathing right now, how you're feeling right now. Relaxing fully means allowing your mind to relax, which means allowing everything. All thoughts and emotions, feelings, allowing your body to relax, which means letting go of all the stress, tension from the body. And truly relaxing in just watchfulness, watching everything that is happening in your body, watching everything that is happening in your mind. And you can continue to relax even more. And if you would like to come out, maybe start to moving your knees from one side to the other, moving your fingers, toes, your head. If you're lying down on the bolster, place your palms on the side, slowly and gently press your palms down and lift yourself back up. If you're lying down directly on the floor, bend your knees, roll over to your right, and coming up into your sitting asana. So we'll be practicing about 3 rounds of Brahmari pranayama. So you can sit in a cross-legged position, placing your palms over your thighs, align your neck with your spine and your hips. So in this practice, we make a humming sound as we exhale. So as we exhale, we'll be making a sound like and we are going to listen to the vibration of this humming sound that we are going to make. And to do that, we are going to take a mudra, extend your arms in the T shape, bend your elbows. The first 4 fingers touching your head, and your thumb would be placed on outside the flap, pressing the flap inside or inside the flap so that you can close your ears. So it's important that ears are closed so that we can really feel these vibrations happening in the head. So let us begin. Inhalation would be normal without any sound. Take your mudra, and you don't have to follow my breath, the length of my breath. You can go longer or shorter. Feel free to follow your own length. Inhale. 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 And as you exhale, release, just feeling the after effect of the vibration in the head. Let us also fill ourselves with gratitude for getting this time for ourselves, working on our practice, working on our mental and physical well-being. If you have any questions or suggestions, you can leave me comments in the comment section. I would be happy to answer them. And let's seal the practice with one Om. You can join your palms to the heart center. Inhale. As you exhale, you can open your eyes. Thank you for joining me in. I wish to see you soon again in some other practice. Until then, bye-bye. All the love.